Coming up next on News Center 8, a condition report on Senator Hubert Humphrey. Three-story house on the east side goes up in flames. 14 escape. Close look at the city of Cleveland's new tagging and towing policy on the snow routes and the public's reaction to it. Jim says the Barons were at it again tonight, and so were a lot of high school teams. And Dick says, what can I say? Mantle of white, no thaw for the weekend, great weather for winter sports, and on like that. News Center 8 is next. Stay with us.
News Center 8 is next with those stories and a report tonight from Tim Taylor with some IRS advice for winter-weary taxpayers holding off on their returns.
It's coming your way, Cleveland.
Chevy Nova 500.
The Chevy Nova 500. Your Cleveland area Chevy dealers are out to sell 500 extra Chevy Novas in 1 month. That's their goal. And it stands to reason if they want to make that many sales, they're going to have to make some pretty good deals. 500 of them at the Chevy Nova 500.
Chevy Nova 500.
Get a Chevy Nova 500 buy now at your Cleveland area Chevrolet dealers.
WJKW TV8 Cleveland.
Good evening. I'm Judd Hambrick. Here's what's happening. The condition of Senator Hubert Humphrey tonight is critical. He has slipped into a coma at his home in Minnesota. His family is at his side. These pictures of the senator were taken when he was in Cleveland in October of 1975. Humphrey, of course, is suffering from terminal cancer. He has been resting at his home since December 22nd. His cancer was found to be inoperable last August. Longtime friend of the senator's, U.S. District Judge Miles Lord, visited the house in Waverly for about 5 minutes this evening. He told reporters afterward that, quote, "This is a time for the family." Senator Humphrey is 66 years old. An East Side couple and 12 children and grandchildren barely escaped with their lives from a house fire tonight. At about 7 o'clock, Ernest and Pearl Tolles suspected trouble. The lights had just gone out in their house and they were about to call the illuminating company. That's when they smelled smoke. Miraculously, they were able to get themselves and 12 children and grandchildren out of the three-story house on Grandview Avenue before it fell in flames. Firemen battled the blaze for about an hour, but it was too little too late. And one more Cleveland family watched as all they owned went up in smoke. If you've been parking your car on some of Cleveland's main snow removal routes, you might be wise to stop it. The snow ban ordinance is still in effect. Cleveland Safety Director James Barrett is involved with a special operation to get the parked cars off the street, like here on Superior Avenue on the east side. Most of these cars have been parked on Superior since Monday's storm, and they've hampered the snowplows. Residents of the area are upset about getting so many tickets.
I feel that it's not fair because, like, where we live, we don't have a, driveway or a garage, so we have to park right here.
Did they knock on your door to find out if this was your car before they ticketed it?
No, they didn't knock on the door or anything. This is the second ticket I got. And as you see, there's no sign around here that says no parking or anything, so I'm not parked here legally.
But regardless of objections, these cars will either be moved or they will be towed to a police impound lot. Today, Safety Director Barrett was leading his forces personally, and from the east side, it was on to the west side.
The scout cars available with the plaza, and we're going to go over and hit Detroit and Lorraine Avenue.
And true to his word, Barrett was off to the west side, but there was resistance over there as well. News Center 8's Susan Howard was over on the west side tonight and talked with one resident who had her car towed away. Susan?
All the residents we met tonight were fuming, Judd. They were angry about a number of things that happened today.
Your car is parked on bridge. It is going to be ticketed and towed. The snow ban is in effect and the tow trucks are on their way.
Not a bad warning, is it? The only trouble here on Bridge Avenue at Fulton on the near west side, the louder announcements came after police had just ticketed and towed away those cars. The next problem, parking is a real dilemma in this area because most of the homes and apartments have no garages, and the only place to park is right on the street. But what made the residents especially angry tonight is what happened when all their cars were gone. Nothing.
Everybody moved their cars, everything was clear, but there's no snowplows. They moved everything out. There's still no snowplows. They ticketed, they towed. They are announcing that they're ticketing and towing now after all the cars are gone.
That's wild. Do you think you're ever going to get any snowplows?
Probably very late tonight. I hope. It would seem a waste after all this energy's been spent.
Well, finally, about 4 hours later, one plow has moved some of the Bridge Avenue snow. Unfortunately, all I can tell you is the emergency parking ban is still in effect. It's never been lifted, so to be safe, if you live on a main street or a bus route, no matter what you have to do, get your car off that street. And we'll all pray for snow plows. Judd?